Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to start my week off with you. Many of you may be at home for this amazing holiday, but I get to start my week off with you, and I'm glad that I do. I'm really excited to welcome you to a magnificent Monday, and it's always magnificent when we got Bishop Gwendolyn Coates in the building, y'all. I'm really excited because she's going to be sharing an upcoming event with us later on in the show. But of course, it's the top of the show. This is where you get to share this show right now with folks who you feel could benefit from our daily dose of dopeness that we give you here on The Day with Trae. And as always, if you can't watch us, we always have you covered in other ways because you can listen to us as well. Anywhere you find your favorite podcast, just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find us there. Well, before I get into it with Bishop today, I got to tell y'all, over the weekend, I was able to celebrate my grandbaby's first birthday. Now, y'all have been hearing me talk about the joys and the pure love that eradicates from me as being a new grandma, and it has been such a phenomenal ride this first year. My son and his girlfriend, they did a fabulous job bringing so many of their friends together and people who just love on my grandbaby. Oh my goodness, it was packed. We had an amazing time. The kids had fun with their water activities and the balls and all of the fun little toys. I mean, it was so dope. And it just reminded me of when we have these amazing days, like we did this past weekend. It was great weather. And it was so great to be in community with family like that. So I've been talking about this because the sun brings out the fun. So if you are somebody who's like, man, you know, I've been in the house, I've been hibernating, get outdoors. You know, even if you explore some of these phenomenal parks we have throughout Washington State, we are so blessed in that regard to have so much different types of terrain. But when the sun comes out, a lot of the parks get full. So if you have a nice truck, a RV, you want to, you know, rent one of the cabins or bring your own tents, these Washington State parks have lower rates than a lot of other places if you're thinking about being outdoors. Explore, take this opportunity when the sun comes out to really enjoy yourself out there in our beautiful nature we have here throughout the state. It's really funny too, because sometimes you don't realize what you have until you don't, right? So when I was going to school in DC, I didn't realize that, oh my gosh, how much I enjoy and love the water because it was everywhere here in Seattle, greater metro area where I was growing up. And to get all the way over there and to only have the reservoir, y'all, the reservoir, I was like, wait a minute, I am disconnected from what I've known and grown so accustomed to. So let's enjoy our outdoors. You know, there's lots of fun groups. If you're somebody who's just getting used to being outdoors or you want to try some beginner hikes, there's some great lists out there, great groups that are doing this and trying to get more people outside in the outdoors. So I'm glad this weekend, not only did I get to celebrate my grandbaby, but I also got to be outdoors with family and it was so much fun. So I'm giving you your cue now. You use some good sun time to get out there outside and create some fun time. Well, of course, I always love to give good intros, and y'all know up next we got Bishop Gwendolyn Coates joining us to tell us all about this amazing upcoming community event and resource fair. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Empowering the community one connection at a time. ConnectWA is your partner in finding the support you need. Download the app today and experience the difference that a connected community can make. Learn more at eec-wa.org/connectwa-app. In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens. Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Come celebrate Juneteenth, a road to economic freedom with us in Tacoma, Washington at Stewart Heights Park on June 19th. It's one big happy family reunion that you don't want to miss. Join us as we bring singing powerhouse Crystal Aiken and the legendary gospel superstar himself, Fred Hammond. But that's not all. We're bringing back the old school with everyone's favorite soul for real. And there's so much more. June 19th in Tacoma. For more information, visit juneteenthwa.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the David Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Bishop Gwendolyn. Hi.
Hi, so good to be with you again.
Always a pleasure to have you here. And it's so great to see the many hats you wear in community. I promise you, I'm always like, oh, what do we got today? It's just amazing. So you come on and you really represent several different organizations. And today we're talking about Progress House Association.
Yes.
Tell us a bit more about what this organization does.
Well, Progress House Association formerly really had a house down in Tacoma. And this house was a work release center, the Progress House Work Release Center for those who had been justice involved, actually having 6 to 12 months left on their sentence. They would come and live in the house, get a job, go to work, come back, be able to pay off some of their bills, take care of child support and all those kinds of things. Wow. And to reconnect with their families. So it really was a beautiful thing that was started by Bishop Leo Charles Brown over 5 decades ago.
Wow.
Yes, the Department of Correction and Bishop Brown partnered together to create Progress House. So there would be a place in the community for these folks to come and reconnect with their family, get employment, and be ready to re-enter society when the time came.
You know, these kinds of concepts and, public and community private partnerships really showcase how they fill unique voids. Yes. I mean, without the voice of Bishop Leo and getting connected to DOC and knowing like there's some things that community can do, but they need that level of support. And there's things that DOC can't do and they need the community support. So I love being able to hear the background story of this. Now, y'all are gonna be honoring, right?
Yes.
You're actually honoring the founder of Progress House with this event. Tell us a bit more about why it's so significant right now.
So a few years ago, Bishop Brown passed away, but his family has been really involved in being certain that the Progress House does not pass away. So last year, there was a separation between the Department of Corrections and Progress House for this particular center. The center will remain. It will no longer be called Progress House Work Release. It will be called the Leo Charles Brown Reentry Center at Tacoma, which is saying that there was such a transformative and impactful process that Bishop Brown brought to the community that now, since the Department of Corrections will be taking over the leadership of that house, they want to name it after him. And that's going to happen this Saturday, June 7th, from 11 to 12, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. There's going to be a 1-hour celebration at Progress House, or the Leo C. Brown Reentry Center at 5601 6th Avenue in Tacoma.
Wow. So, okay. So June 7th, we got like a week almost, because
Yes.
it's not this Saturday, next Saturday, right? But you're talking about honoring someone who gave so much of their time, legacy, their love of people and community
Absolutely.
to this amazing place. The beautiful thing is that there has now been a model set.
Yes.
Right? And so
Yes.
even with the leadership of DOC coming in, the family knowing that, hey, this is in good hands because we've set the standard, we've set the
Absolutely.
model.
Absolutely.
And you're the executive manager. So how does your role fit here with the work that you do?
Well, I only put myself in the position of working with groups or causes that I can believe in, that I can put my weight behind, that I can say, Progress House is doing a good work. Let me go and do something to assist them. I never work a day in my life because I only do what I'm called to do, right? So I am expressing a calling in every aspect of what I do. So I do a lot of things for them. Whatever the CEO asks me to do, just about, I will do it. And I get the opportunity to manage programs like this event that's coming up. It's not only the renaming ceremony, but from noon until 4, there's going to be a resource fair across the street at Faith Presbyterian Church, right at 620 Shirley. And this is going to be a time where people can come in and talk about housing. I'm talking about justice, or formerly justice involved individuals, which you know impacts our community in such an exorbitant way, right? That many times when they are coming out of prison, they can't go back home because now they have a record and the housing authorities don't allow them to come back and rent apartments and live with families and all of this. So there's going to be a resource fair to help with employment, to help with housing, and to help with mental health, to help with health. How many of our brothers and our fathers and our uncles and our cousins come out of prison and their health has been destroyed. Their mental health has been destroyed. Their dental health has been destroyed. Their family relationships have been destroyed because after they're there for so long, family members say, I just don't want to keep going out there to the prison. I don't want to keep going to the jail. And if they've been a repeat offender, sometimes those relationships have just been severed, and it takes some careful communication, some careful ways of bringing people back together, slowly and surely, so that there is not this continual break in our community.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we see this across the board for anyone who has been involved in, the prison system and incarceration. There are so many different levels of them being received again in community.
Right.
And I love this amazing mission of this house to be that space where that reconnection can begin, which is so important because oftentimes it can seem jarring. Right? So this is a
Right.
great middle step in between, folks being released and then being received again by their loved ones, by their community members, being able to set their feet in, jobs and things that can allow for them to do what they need to do financially and in responsible ways. And so I really appreciate the fact that you always do. That's how I know every time you come on, you're always telling us about something that you too are really passionate about. When did you find that passion for, folks who have been involved in our justice systems? When did that begin?
I've lived it. So I have an older son who has have lived experience of being justice involved, and And I did a lot of things in order just to see him, or just to be able to connect with him, or just to be able to hug him. And I know the struggle that he has had throughout the years. And so to be connected to an organization, because Progress House isn't going anywhere. The house at 5601 6th Avenue is now back in the hands of the Department of Corrections, but Progress House isn't going anywhere. They have the Change Program. They have Poliver House coming up, and the Clubhouse, and all of these entities work with formerly incarcerated people. So my passion comes from seeing the police cars. I've been a chaplain with the police department, and many times they've taken me out on calls, not just to bring bad news to families, but to be in the car with them when they're coming up on a group of individuals that they think my kind of skill can assist with. I've also been put out of the police cars when they're going to the kind of a scene where they've got to have lights and sirens, and they don't want me to be in the middle of some kind of horrible, violent situation. But it's just a blessing to know that there are certain police departments and departments of corrections who understand how necessary it is to have a different kind of voice coming to people who have been incarcerated and justice involved.
Yeah.
And so we bring hope, we bring resilience, we bring a different kind of trust, and we bring love to help people connect with their families, whether they've been mentally ill, whether they have been wrongly accused, whether they have been in for 6 months or 60 years. There is always some kind of hope and help that we can give to people. And we really want this to spread across the community. So Progress House has been in Tacoma, but this concept has spread far beyond just Tacoma.
Yeah, because when people can see how it's done, it makes it so much easier to replicate, right?
Absolutely.
And if everyone understands exactly what you just said, centering yourself in love helps you do these things in a way that is truly felt by those you are looking to serve. So I can't thank you enough for pouring your love and your passion into something where you had your own personal experience that drew you in closer to helping others who were just like yourself, trying to love on their loved ones, trying to connect again, trying to be there for them. And thank you so much for that work. Now, of course, June 7th, you got to give us the details again so people can know when to show up and how to support the amazing efforts of Progress House. Look right there and let them know.
So June 7th at 11 a.m. will be the renaming ceremony that will take place at 5601 6th Avenue in Tacoma. From 12 until 4, there will be a resource fair with employment, housing, health, that will take place right across the street at Faith Presbyterian Church. If you can't remember anything else that I've said, you can go to our website, progresshouse.us, progresshouse.us. And thank you so much, Trae, for allowing me to bring this message to the people. Many of us, and way too many of us, have been impacted by the legal system in an injustice way. And many have been touched by the justice or injustice system. And so there have to be those in the community that can reach out and try to give them a way to find strength and resilience, to work again, to love again, to be with their family again, and to start a brand new life once again.
Yeah. Wow. Bishop Gwendolyn, it's always such a pleasure to have you. Anytime you got updates, we're here for you.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Y'all, what a great way to start this week. I'm going to wrap all this up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
You're on that
Back to Besa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Besa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities. Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Imani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Imani here. See you guys in a few.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guest today, Bishop Gwendolyn Coates, wearer of many hats, y'all. And today, as the executive manager of Progress House Association, she was here to give us some real shining, inspiring details on how they are stepping in to fill a void in their community, and they will continue to do so. But you want to make sure you get down there on June 7th. Be there for the renaming of this amazing space that is allowing those to come out of our incarceration system and really root themselves in a new pathway forward as they reconnect with their families and establish themselves as amazing, positive citizens again. So it's such a beautiful thing to know that folks are really in these organizations, leading with their heart and their passion and their own lived experience, making changes and progress for those who are just like themselves, trying to find a way to continue to stay connected with their loved ones. So I'm so grateful that she was able to impart this inspiration on me. I'm willing that you take this inspiration in today. If you are someone who finds yourself having some time on your hands where you can continue to pour your love out into community in the way that really benefits those around you, those who were in similar situations as you, take this as a note that it never ends. When we get up in our elderly years, that we still have the ability to impact some positive change in our community. And I just was thanking Bishop because I said, look, you're such a shining example of that and such an inspiration. So I'm definitely inspired. I want you to be inspired because you too can be a part of the solution, as Bishop Gwendolyn showed us that she is here today. Well, of course, y'all know we got many episodes left in the week, and I'll be back with y'all tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m., y'all. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.